Hello. Now I've just come back from meeting a friend. I was on a bus and I passed on the way back a bridal studio. There are a number actually on that route, and also a couple of shops hiring or selling prom gowns, clearly aimed at, I would say, quite young ladies. Certainly those who are in their late teens or perhaps early 20s, who are going to prom. That would be, or indeed getting married, I guess, at pretty much any age, of course. Now, I've only tried bridal in a dressing salon once. It was something I was unsure about, uneasy about. I've never really been attracted to trying prom. And certainly there is something about the age profile association that I have with that kind of wear, as it were, that kind of style. So this just prompted me to think, what age is Anja? Does she have a sense of age? And I would say, in general, one of the quite pleasant secondary benefits, as it were, of becoming Anja is that very often I do seem to shed, in terms of appearance and in my own imagination at least, a few years. But I think that, without putting a precise number on this is probably within maybe 10 years, maybe a little bit longer, is kind of the period that I might shed at maximum. I don't actually have much of an age consciousness anyway, but with Anja, that seems to get diluted quite a lot. What I am sure of is that she is someone that is, let's say, middle-aged, possibly even slightly later middle age, and is no longer in that sort of earlier prime of life. So associations with those who are in that period has left me behind now. It's actually something I've moved on from, and indeed I really don't want to and wouldn't want to be associated with trying to portray someone pre-adulthood. That seems something I just feel very uncomfortable about for various reasons, I think. But even this sort of, young bride, early 20s, mid 20s, someone going to prom, or some posh do, again, that kind of age group, that is kind of long behind me now. It certainly wouldn't have been when I was much closer to that age group myself. Why am I mentioning this? Well, I think the idea that there is some, for me at least, some association with age might tie in with the subconscious sex idea as well. This idea that there is something within us that tells us, like an archetype, how to be at certain points in our life. And perhaps that has a particular role to play in terms of how we are presenting ourselves sexually, or going through a rite of passage, coming into adulthood, or whatever it is. And certainly when I reflect upon Anja, she has, as it were, gone through those earlier periods in life. And that's really the only explanation I have as to why I don't make that association, apart from probably, I guess, I couldn't cut it very well as a 25-year-old or something. Certainly not. I believe, even with the great skill of the likes of Cindy and so on. But a little reflection there. I'm not going to be rushing off to the prom store, and even the bridal thing was really just, well, I've got to try this once, and don't necessarily have to go back there either.